is going to be it. The start to the final match of the tournament. And we have Yoshi on the left and Doremy on the right. Doremy tends to not build GTR, which is pretty interesting. Most of the other players just, for the most part, only use GTR. Doremy's setting up a 2-chain, and it looks like he's going to send a 2-double. Yoshi has a really tall counter, and he's just going to start his main chain. Doremy has to extend a bit. Oh no, he doesn't. Yoshi actually had a counter, so that's going to be a counter for Yoshi. But Doremy had a main chain that was bigger, so Doremy's going to take the first point. One thing I noticed when Doremy played against Void was that Doremy was pretty aggressive, but also he did it in a strong way where he wasn't really committing too much when he attacked, so he still had a chance to win. Yoshi, though, did a pretty good job of countering a lot, and Yoshi's going to attack this time with a 3-chain. Doremy's going to counter with a really long chain, and Yoshi's going to extend. He needs the yellow and the green and the blue, and it's an excellent extension there from Yoshi. I think this might be good enough to win, but there's no yellow there, so it's not going to be as strong as it could have been. Doremy's still going, and he's got a 5-chain for the second chain. Yoshi has a lot of Puyo, but nothing to start. So this is actually pretty close, but that single was really strong. But Yoshi's going to be able to start a long chain of his own. It's actually only a 2-chain, and then a 2-double. Doremy doesn't start anything. It's still not over yet, though. Both players have a lot of Puyo, but they're buried by garbage. And that's going to be a 3-chain for Yoshi, and Doremy can't quite dig through everything. Looks like Doremy's in trouble here, and Yoshi is gonna come out ahead and get a point. This time, both players are gonna do left side GTR. And a lot of yellows and reds here, and that's making it awkward to build. Doremy's got a solid chain, but not much to attack or defend with. He's gonna clear and try to fix his tell, but Yoshi's attacking with a 2-chain. Doremy's got some garbage, and again, not much to attack or defend with. Yoshi's following up with some small attacks, and Doremy's all the way covered. Yoshi's got another attack, but Doremy draws what he needs to dig, and Doremy's gonna clutch it out, I think, here. Yoshi used everything he had, and it wasn't quite enough. So, both players have been pretty aggressive to start, playing the mid game pretty well. And we're going to have our first all-clear match of the set. Doremy just clears the bonus first, and Yoshi counters. And now it's going to be a pretty normal match from here. Yoshi's setting up something. He sends a big single. Sends over a line, and then a follow-up attack from Yoshi. Doremy doesn't have the dig there. Yoshi with the single is going to take it. This form, Yoshi does this form sometimes, and it's similar to GTR, but it's not quite the same. So Yoshi's got his base set up completely, and he might look to send a 2-double on the left side. Oh, there's the 2-double, and Doremy's sending a 3-chain, and it comes out pretty even. A follow-up 2-chain from Yoshi. Doremy doesn't want to send his main chain just yet, because Yoshi has a good form here. Doremy, though, the garbage is pretty awkward to deal with, and he's running out of space to extend as well. So I think Yoshi has the advantage here. Yoshi's going to go with the big single, but Doremy starts his main chain right at that moment. So now it's on Yoshi to extend, and he gets the red-green to extend even more. Doremy only had an 8-chain there, and I think Yoshi's got this beat by quite a bit. He's got a very nice tell as well. Oh, I think I'm marking them on the wrong side. I didn't see how big that chain was. Anyway, Doremy set up pretty well this time though. And he's got a 3 chain and he's just gonna send it. Yoshi though is gonna... Oh, he barely draws his main chain, but it's gonna cut, so it's only a 4 chain. And it's actually gonna be a counter. And it's gonna be a win for Yoshi. I don't know if that cut was intentional. If it was actually a really sharp play there. I think Yoshi is good enough to do that type of thing on purpose, so it's hard to say. Here we have another all-clear match, but it looks like Doremy has the easier chain setup. Yoshi, though, I think has figured out a way to make a chain here. But Yoshi is kind of running out of space, and the single is actually a problem. But Yoshi's got a 4 chain. It's not going to be enough to counter Doremy's main chain, though. So Yoshi's going to have to build, and it's going to be... Wow, it's going to be a 12 chain all clear from Doremy. Excellent chain right there. And Yoshi had a really good chain. It's a 10 chain, but it's just not enough here. So, some impressive chaining there from Doremy after the all clear. And Doremy is doing this opening again. I always think it looks vulnerable, but I've said before I've tried to attack him and it just isn't that easy to hit him with an attack. Doremy's gonna send a small 2 chain. And it's actually kind of a problem for Yoshi here. But Yoshi's still pretty close to a main chain, and he sends a 3 chain to attack with. Doremy only has a 2 chain to counter, but it's not enough. And now Yoshi's following up, but Doremy's going to be able to start a chain with the blues. Yoshi's trying to follow up though, but Doremy gets the blue just in time. This isn't going to connect down though, and Yoshi sees it, I think. And we're gonna go on from here. Doremy keeps attacking. This is another 3 chain. Yoshi has a nice 4 chain here though. 4 double. Doremy still is able to play his main chain though. And Yoshi still able to play his main chain. Yoshi has a big advantage here, but Doremy might have a chance. He ran out of time and maybe didn't get the right colors. Really back and forth match there. And what was really impressive was how much both players were able to attack and then still have their main chain left over at the end of all the attacking as well, which is really tough to do. So here Yoshi goes with the first attack, and it's a small 2 chain, but Doremy's going to be able to dig. And Yoshi's going to go with another attack, and Doremy's going to dig and counter. And... interesting back and forth here again. A big single from Yoshi. Yoshi's been making those work out really well. But Doremy was able to counter that one. Now a 3 chain from Yoshi forces Doremy to send his main chain. But it's going to be powerful and fast. Yoshi has to... he has a yellow, but it's not good enough here. The counter was 1 row too low. So he wasn't able to start a chain after the garbage landed. Still, I feel like you can kind of see why both players are the top level in the West. A lot of strong back and forth and a lot of ability to chain out of whatever is left over. Yoshi is setting up a big attack here. It's going to be a 3 chain, and it's going to get countered by a 2 double, but that counter isn't enough. Yoshi's going to try to close it out, but Doremy has a dig. Doremy is doing a really good job of, even if he takes garbage, he doesn't end up losing, and he finds a way to dig and keep playing. And now Doremy's got a main chain, and he's going to be forced to send it. It's going to pop really fast, though. And it might be too fast for Yoshi here. Oh, Yoshi just gets what he needs. Yoshi has the bigger chain here. Doremy has a chance with the second chain, but it's going to be really difficult to get there. We'll see what he can do. Looks like he wanted the red, probably. This probably isn't going to be enough. And yeah, even if he cleared almost everything, it wasn't going to be enough. So Yoshi's able to take the win here. This time Yoshi's doing bronze stacking. And Doremy looks to just be building a chain, but not looking to attack very much. It's a small 2-chain from Yoshi into a 2-double. Doremy sends his main chain, but it's going to be pretty powerful this time. And Yoshi's going to have to extend, but it looks like he doesn't know how to do it here. The blues are needed in the tail, and Yoshi wasn't able to figure out his extension in time. Identical openings for the first few pieces, and now there's a difference. Doremy's, he's got a tough transition here, but if he has enough time, he'll be able to work through it. Yoshi, though, isn't going to give him that time. It's a big 4-chain from Yoshi. Doremy needs some blues, and he doesn't get any blues. So Yoshi gets the win with a well-timed attack there. Yoshi probably saw what I saw, that Doremy's transition was in a really tough spot at the moment. Here, Doremy might be looking at a 2 or 3 or a 4-chain even. He has some options here. Yoshi, though, just looks like he's going for a main chain. And there's a massive 3-chain from Doremy. Yoshi wasn't quite ready to counter. And Doremy gets the win with that attack. For people who appreciate the offensive side of Prio, I think you usually like to see the really big connections, and here's another really big attack from Doremy. Yoshi doesn't have a good enough counter, and Doremy's going to close out with a 4-chain. But it's not quite over because Yoshi's able to dig with a bigger 4-chain. So the match is going to go on, and I think Yoshi has the advantage here. Here's a big 4-chain from Yoshi, and Doremy can't quite connect anything. But no, as I say that, he connects everything, and it's going to be a 5-chain. And Yoshi is still able to make another chain, though. This is also a 5-chain. And now Doremy is only going to end up with a 3-chain, and Yoshi is going to get the win at the end of this. Some really intense matches here, but what? A lot of these, it feels like if it was any other player, they would have already lost, but somehow both of them managed to keep playing through some really tough situations. Doremy's going to send a 2-chain here, but that's going to get countered by a 3-chain. Now Doremy has to send his main chain, and Yoshi has a lot of time to extend. He's looking for the blues, probably, and there's the blues. This is probably going to be enough, and it's probably going to be hard for Doremy to beat, but he has a chance with a 2nd-chain. He is going to need the 2nd-chain, though, and it's only 4 for Doremy. It's not going to be enough to counter. He's not going to fill up immediately, but Yoshi can do anything now and just win, pretty much. So here's a 3-chain. That's good enough. And Yoshi's up 9-6 now. Overall, I think Yoshi is doing more countering, and he's making it work out. But both players are, like I said, playing very well, and showing a lot of back and forth and hanging in there in every match. Here's a 2-chain from Doremy, and a really nice 3-double from Yoshi to counter. And that counter is going to give Yoshi a big advantage, but the round's not over yet. Here we've got a 3-chain attack from Yoshi. Doremy needs to start his main chain, but he doesn't get a yellow or a green. I think he had a 2-color starter, and he didn't draw either color. Even if he drew it, though, Yoshi would have had a chance to win anyway. I think Yoshi might have misdropped here. And his form's a bit messed up, and he's going to attack with a 2-chain. And that 2-chain is actually kind of effective. Doremy is in a bit of a tough spot, but he's going to be able to send a chain on the red. I think he has to do that, and he does. This is the 3-chain from Yoshi, but it kind of plays into the 5-chain from Doremy. But I think that kind of goes back to the was probably an opening misdrop from Yoshi. Oh, Yoshi could have been going for a big attack, but instead he's just making Fron stacking. Let's see if he does better with it this time. That's a small single from Doremy, but it blocks off the reds. Yoshi's got a 2-double though. Doremy's gonna send his main chain. And Yoshi has to clear a single. That's gonna cost some time. Now it's on Yoshi to extend a little bit more. I think he needs a little bit more. And he draws the red just in time. This is probably going to be enough, but now it's going to be up to the 2nd chain from Doremy, most likely. So it's going to be enough to counter. Doremy has to make a 2nd chain quickly, and oh, what a play there to add in the yellows as well. That's going to maybe give him the power he needs, and it does give him the power he needs. An excellent decision to extend like that from Doremy, but Yoshi's got a 2nd chain as well. And somehow it's a 6th chain, clears everything, and Yoshi gets the win anyway. Some impressive chaining from both players there. I'm really amazed with that decision from Doremy to get that last link in, and it almost got him the win. But somehow Yoshi was able to clutch it out anyway. So on to this next round. Looks like Yoshi could set up a 2-double or a 3-chain. There's the 3-chain. Doremy needs a blue to counter, and he's going to get the blue just in time for a counter. And it's a huge counter that forces Yoshi to send a main chain. Doremy's got to extend a little bit, and then he should have the advantage. Draws the red just when he needs it. Now let's see if he's able to make the chain big enough. Looks like everything's going to disappear pretty efficiently. And Doremy shows why you can't just counter with your main chain at this level. You're just most of the time going to get out extended. So a strong counter into extension from Doremy to take the round. Yoshi is doing an unusual setup this time. And it's hard to read what he's going for. Doremy's doing a more standard build, and he might just send his main chain, and he just immediately sends his main chain. He was probably a bit unsure of what Yoshi was going to do as well, and thought it doesn't quite look like Yoshi was able to make that one work out. Yoshi said oops in the chat. I guess he must have misdropped something. It's a quick single from Doremy. Yoshi's setting up a 2 or 3 chain, 2-double, and Doremy's just not going to be able to get his pieces down in time. I don't think he's going to, Doremy's not going to be able to recover from this one. So Yoshi's able to get a win with an attack this time. Both players have been playing strong in pretty much all aspects of attacking, defending, and making big chains when they need them. That single might have been a misdrop from Yoshi, but it shouldn't cost him the round. Doremy's setting up a 3-chain. I don't know if he's going to send it though. But Yoshi's sending a 2-double. Doremy goes into his main chain. The greens are going to cut though, so it's... Oh no, it's not going to cut. So it's going to be pretty strong. Yoshi has to extend and then set off his chain. Yoshi's thinking about it, but it's all going to be down to the tell here. I don't know how well it's going to clear. It's pretty big, but it's barely not big enough. And Doremy's going to get this one. This time Doremy's doing GTR. Yeah. Doremy might be setting up an attack on the left side, and he goes with a 2 chain, but Yoshi got a really big 2 double, or really big 1 chain into kind of small 2 double actually. Doremy's gonna be able to set up his main chain. Yoshi needs the red, and he's not gonna get the red when he needs it. I think Yoshi would have had the win there, but there are just no reds there for Yoshi. Doremy seems to just be building, and Yoshi's setting up an attack. It looks like this is going to be a big 3 chain. Doremy blows up a 1 chain in desperation, kind of, and it's not going to work because Yoshi's got an all clear. And Doremy said, "What was that?" I'm not sure which part he was commenting on, though. Oh, Doremy's form is a bit awkward here. He clears a single for now. Yoshi's setting up a big 3 chain, and there's a 3 chain. Doremy sees it in advance and gets a 4 quadruple all clear to just win it outright. That was interesting there. Doremy knew Yoshi was going to send that 3 chain, and he just sent a 4 quadruple all clear. Doremy's clearing a lot of singles. I'm not sure if some of those were misdrops, because he's kind of lost a lot of time, but Yoshi is using a lot of his Puyo to attack with, and Doremy's going to have a main chain here. And there's the main chain from Doremy. Yoshi, though, has a lot of time to extend. So, can he do it? He's going for a difficult line. It's a 9 chain from Doremy. And Yoshi... this is only going to be 8, and I don't think it's enough. It's not quite enough. Yoshi needed 1 more color in there. So, I think there might have been a different way for Yoshi to extend his chain, but it was tough to figure it out. And you have to do it really quickly in order to make it in time. Oh, Doremy's setting up an attack. And he's setting up a 2 double, and he's going to send it. Yoshi sends a small 2 chain into it. Oh, this is actually a 4 chain from Doremy. And Yoshi is able to send his main chain, but I think Doremy still is going to have the advantage here. And he's getting a blue-yellow just when he needs it. And he's put as much as he could in the towel. And Doremy should get the win here. Yoshi needs a really big second chain, but that's not going to happen. Doremy now takes the lead in the set. It's now 14-13 in Doremy's favor. Yoshi's looking for reds to connect to his towel, and there it is. Oh, Doremy is missing a red for his main chain. This is a 4 chain from Yoshi, and Doremy needs a yellow, and he doesn't get it in time. It was pretty close. If Doremy got the yellow, his chain was going to stop because of the missing red, but that was going to be enough for a counter, and it probably would have given him an advantage. But sometimes you just don't get the color you need when you need it. Oh, this is a 3 chain from Yoshi. And Doremy still has access to his main chain. Yoshi is following up, but I don't know if it's gonna work, because like I said... Oh no! What was that? Doremy... Yeah, Doremy said he misdropped. Yeah. You could kind of tell that's what happened, though. Doremy's setting up a 2-chain in the middle of his board, but he clears a single instead. And Yoshi's just got his main chain connected. There's a small 2-chain from Doremy, but it's not going to do much here. Both players are setting up pretty strong main chains, though, and neither of them look to be attacking very much. Oh, Yoshi might have it. Oh no! Oh, Yoshi's got a really big chain set off. Doremy has to clear the yellows or they're gonna... Doremy can't connect everything, and the greens are gonna cut a little bit. So, the green cut makes it a 13 double instead of a 15 chain. But it doesn't really matter because it wins anyway. But I think there's gonna be a 15 chain all clear. But it cut. Both players are showing when they want to go for the big chain, they can probably do it. Doremy wasn't quite able to make it work there, though. Yoshi might go for a 2 double, 2 triple, and it's a really huge 2 triple, but the green blue doesn't work there. It only makes a 2 double, and now Doremy's in trouble. He doesn't look to be able to dig as well here. Yoshi's following up with a 3 chain. And Doremy's not going to be able to dig in time. He's getting more and more garbage, and he's running out of space, and Yoshi's closing it out with a 4 chain. And it's a nice 2 double, but it's not going to be enough. So Yoshi takes a few points in a row, and he's now up 3. But it's been back and forth, so it'll probably still be pretty even. There's a single from Yoshi. His build doesn't seem to be that strong this game. Doremy is probably going to attack with something. It's going to be a huge 2 quad again. And Yoshi doesn't have time to do anything to counter. Yoshi was just a little bit slow and his build was a little bit messier. And so he wasn't able to do anything to counter at all. And Doremy had the really powerful attack. Again, Yoshi has to clear a single. That's going to cost him a little bit of time, but Doremy clears a single as well. Yoshi clears another single, and Doremy counters with a 2 chain. Yoshi's kind of not in a good spot here, and Doremy just closes out with a 2 chain. I feel like that's a couple rounds in a row where Yoshi hasn't quite been able to build a strong opening, or his base hasn't been that strong, and then that's ended up costing him later on in the round. Doremy is set up really solid, but not much to attack or defend with. Here's the big attack from Yoshi. Doremy was able to make a 3 chain in time, but even the 3 chain isn't enough to counter. Yoshi's following up as he sees that Doremy doesn't quite have enough. But Doremy's setting up to dig. Doremy's going to need a bunch of colors, and he gets a bunch of colors, and I think that's going to be the round for Doremy, even though Yoshi got a nice all clear. Doremy just has the bigger chain. 9 triple is going to do it. And we're back to even. Doremy said he didn't think he'd dig that, but I dug it though. No, just kidding. Doremy's got an interesting tell here. Yoshi's got a 3 chain set up if he wants to send that. He's gonna extend into like a 6 chain. This is an interesting move. It kind of catches Doremy off guard, but Doremy's able to send his main chain, but he has to blow up some of his tell a bit early. Yoshi, though, has to extend a bit. I don't know if Yoshi has the line here. Yoshi wasn't quite able to figure out how to get that one to work. Oh, there's a big single from Doremy, but Yoshi just happens to send a 5-chain right at that moment, and Doremy doesn't get the last blue he needs. That was interesting timing, but uh, that was a pretty unusual round too. I'm not sure why Yoshi chose to send his chain right at that moment, but it worked out. This time Doremy's setting up like a 4-chain to attack with. It's a very complicated setup. Oh, Yoshi's going with a huge 2 triple, and this time Yoshi shows that he can pull off the big combinations as well. Doremy's been pulling off the quads and the triples, and this time Yoshi does it. Doremy looks to be just going for a main chain, but he makes the greens cut, and it's a 2 triple. Doremy is showing off the power again, getting Yoshi back for the big attack, and another attack, and Doremy's able to close it out. Both players are really making the attacks work out, but what's actually really impressive is that they're both able to counter pretty well too. So to be able to make your attacks work against someone who can counter pretty well is actually really difficult. Doremy's got the big 2 double, and he's gonna have to send this one. And Yoshi just wasn't able to counter at all. So there's another attack win for Doremy. We're here at 19 to 20. Doremy is setting up an attack, and there's the 3-chain. Yoshi gets kind of lucky to get a 4-chain here, but he's going to get the counter off. Doremy's going to go into his main chain. He didn't have much choice here. Yoshi, though, Yoshi needs the red. So he's got the red, but does he have enough of a chain here? It's only a 4 double, and Doremy ends up getting the win anyway. That was a pretty advantageous spot for Yoshi, but Yoshi wasn't quite able to get get his chain to clear everything. So it does feel like Yoshi might be slipping a little in some of these rounds, but the score is still pretty close. That's some quick singles from Yoshi, and it's going to seal everything off that Doremy has, and Yoshi gets the singles to win the round. That was like a single into single, and it just like covered everything Doremy had, and it won the round. And both players find the all clear here. That one wasn't that easy to find. It wasn't a give me like a lot of them. And they both clear the bonus, and we're gonna go into a normal match. Yoshi's form though looks really tough. And it doesn't look that efficient. Doremy, on the other hand, has a pretty normal form that he can probably extend well. Yoshi's made his form work out though, so he's gonna have something to work with at least. Doremy's running out of space, so he's gonna have to set off his main chain. Yoshi is gonna have to do that as well, but I don't know, they did something wrong there, and it doesn't connect. I'm not sure what line he was going for, but I guess he wasn't sure either. Yoshi just said, "What am I doing?" Oh, this could be an all clear. Yoshi has to clear a 2-chain, but then he gets the all clear. Doremy's not going to be ready for this though. Oh, the garbage fell in column 1, and it's going to block him off, and that's going to decide the round. If the garbage didn't fall in column 1, Doremy got all the colors he needed to set off his main chain, but those 2 pieces of garbage made it so that it wouldn't connect. Doremy looks to be setting up an attack in the middle, and Yoshi doesn't really have a counter just yet. Oh no, he actually does have a counter. He saw his board better than I did. And Yoshi has it. He's gonna send a really big attack, but it's gonna break his tail. But it's gonna get the win anyway. Me? I'm not from Missouri. I'm from, or at least now I'm in Colorado. Oh, that's a 2-chain from Doremy. A really big single to counter from Yoshi, and it ends up working out as a counter. And a 2-double from Yoshi here if he gets a yellow. Doremy is gonna counter with a big 2-chain, but it's not big enough. And Yoshi has a follow-up attack. And Doremy's not able to dig this time. Yoshi takes the lead back, and it's now 23-22. Yoshi's tail is pretty complicated this round. He's setting up for a 3-chain counter or attack on the left side, and there's the attack. Doremy's got a 2-quad, but it's not enough this time. It was still a nice quad. Doremy, though, has some options to dig, but Yoshi's got a 4-chain. But Doremy draws a starter, but it's only a 3-chain. This round's gonna go on, but Yoshi has a huge advantage. Still, Doremy's not out of it just yet. He's not gonna be able to connect enough to counter, though. And Yoshi gets a win here. Doremy has been doing GTR, and he's setting up a 2-double. Yoshi's got a 3-chain counter. And it looked like maybe he was going to go for a 4-chain, but he didn't get there in time. So he's actually at a pretty big disadvantage here. But Doremy doesn't have a fast follow-up, so Yoshi might be able to get out of this. Doremy's going for a 4-chain, and there's a 3-chain actually. And this one's going to get it, I think. No, Yoshi hasn't filled up yet, but I don't think Yoshi can do anything here. We'll see if he can. Yeah, not enough time to get there. So now, Doremy's not doing GTR this time. And Yoshi's usually doing GTR, but sometimes he'll do like front stacking. There's a 2-chain from Yoshi and another 2-chain. And Doremy goes for the counter, and he's got a 3-chain if he can get a blue. And there's the blue. And it's actually going to connect on the right side as well. So it's a 3-double. And Yoshi doesn't have a counter for that one. So Yoshi used a lot of resources attacking, but Doremy was able to just take the garbage and then build a way to dig and attack at the same time. Yoshi is really building up on his tail, but his transition isn't complete yet, so he's going to have to do some tough building on the left side. Oh no! Yoshi just filled himself up. Surely that was a misdrop. What probably happened is sometimes, like, the way the garbage timing is in Prio versus, sometimes it can throw you off and then you drop your piece too quickly. So I'm guessing it was something like that. Yoshi's gonna send a 2-chain, but it kind of breaks his form this round. And so Doremy, if he can get to his main chain, will probably win, but he can't quite get there. Yoshi is just going to try to close it out before that happens. And Doremy needed 2 pieces, but he only had time to draw 1. if he could have drawn one more piece, then I think he would have been fine there, but he didn't quite have time for that, so we're at the halfway point now, and both players have 25. Yoshi finds the tough all clear here. Doremy needs the greens, and Doremy goes for the yellow extension. I don't think he even needed it, but that should pretty much guarantee the win. And Doremy gets the win. These builds are pretty similar. Both players have GTR, but the tells are a little bit different. Doremy's got a 2-double, and he's just going to send it. Yoshi has a 2-chain counter, but it's not going to be quite as strong. And now Doremy's following up with the 3-chain, but Yoshi wanted to connect the reds probably, but he couldn't quite get up there to connect them. Still, Yoshi is in it, still, and Yoshi might be sending a 2-double here. It's a really big 2-double. Doremy only has a 2-chain, so Yoshi takes the advantage, but Doremy, again, just always has some way to dig, it looks like. And this time, he gets a little bit too much garbage, though, and Yoshi is able to close it out. Oh, no. Doremy has a big 2-double setup, and he's just going to send it 2-triple. Doremy has been making these power attacks really count. A lot of triples and even quads sometimes. And I'd say you don't see that often in general from most players. Like these really big connections like that. Doremy seems to be main chain focused this round, and I think that was a misdrop, but he sends his main chain really quickly. Yoshi might have misread it though. Yoshi needs a yellow, and they need 2 more yellows. And I think Yoshi might have expected something else, and he sent a 3-chain, but that cost him too much time, so he wasn't able to get his main chain off. Yoshi just said, "You're not meant to do that." Yoshi's got a 3-chain, just sends it really quickly. Doremy is going to take it, and he's not going to get a yellow. He doesn't get a yellow in time. So Doremy was going for a dig with the yellows, but he just didn't get a yellow before Yoshi was able to follow up. This round's been pretty quiet. Neither player seems to be looking to attack too much, but now here the attacks come. But Doremy's got a counter to Yoshi's 2-chain. It's going to be a 5-chain from Doremy, so that gives time for Yoshi to make a 4-chain. And it's actually going to come out pretty even. Doremy sends his main chain, so now Yoshi has to extend. It looks pretty tough though. I don't know if the green starter will be enough. So Yoshi has to send it with the greens, but the reds and the tail are going to cut, and the tail wasn't that big to begin with anyway. So Doremy gets the win there. Oh, Yoshi's pausing for a moment. Not sure what's up here. Is he disconnected or something? Now they're going. So. Oh, that was probably a misdrop from Yoshi. And either way, Doremy just counters it with a big attack. And now Yoshi's in a bit of trouble this round, I think. And Doremy keeps on attacking. And keeps on attacking, and this one doesn't quite do it just yet. And Doremy's used a lot of Prio. So if Yoshi was able to connect anything big, it might be good enough, but there's too much garbage there. Both players are building into the mid-game. Their forms look pretty strong this round. Pretty efficient. Yoshi's building an attack, but Doremy's got a counter. It's not quite enough though, but Doremy should be able to play for him here. They both send 2 chains. And looks like they're building up, but Yoshi's gonna go with a huge 3 double. And Doremy sent a 2 chain into it, but that was bad timing on the 2 chain. Because then he didn't have time to do anything else. And he got caught in the frame trap, I think. That's what we call it. Oh, 2 double here from Doremy. He converts it into 3 double. Yoshi countered with the 3 chain and it ends up really even. Doremy sends a single. I think he was going for something bigger than that, but maybe he misdropped. Yoshi, though, sends a 2 triple, and Doremy has no response. That's good enough. I think it's over, but Doremy is somehow able to make a 3 chain, but it's not going to be enough. And this surely is going to be the round for Yoshi. He's probably looking for a blue or a green, I guess. And Doremy actually had a way to make a 5 chain there if he got the right colors, but he didn't quite get them. Oh, this is going to be an all clear. So both players get the all clear. In the earlier rounds, both players have been clearing them at the same time most of the time. But this time, we're going to get garbage on both players' sides. So there's Doremy's going to have nothing on his field, and this might make him vulnerable, because Yoshi's still got Puyo to work with. Doremy's able to make a 4 chain, though. So Yoshi still has a huge lead in Puyo, though. So here's going to be a 4 double 5 chain. Doremy's put down a lot of Puyo really quickly, but it's not going to be enough. He didn't get the yellows he needed. So Doremy did a good job of catching up, but he didn't get the starter at the end. There's a quick single from Doremy that was probably a misdrop, but it shouldn't be too big. Yoshi sends a really big single that sends 2 lines by itself, and then a follow-up 3 double. Doremy doesn't have time to dig. Doremy was pretty well set up to actually tank the garbage, but Yoshi's follow-up was just too fast there. So again, Yoshi's been doing a really good job with those singles, just forcing out wins out of nowhere, just by getting like multiple lines of garbage from the single clears. And here's a 3 chain from Yoshi. Doremy is going for a counter, but it's not enough. So Yoshi probably has the advantage, but somehow Doremy is still able to dig, but Yoshi makes a 4 chain, and the 4 chain, and a 4 double to follow up with. It does feel like most of these rounds are being determined in the mid game with whoever can get the better attacks off. We haven't been having too many rounds getting determined by who gets a bigger main chain. So there's a single from Doremy, and it might actually do something. Yoshi's gonna send a big attack. Doremy sends a big attack, but Yoshi's is bigger, and Yoshi comes out ahead here. And now it's gonna be the round for Yoshi. So there's another round decided by who could get the bigger attacks in the mid-game. Of course, they're both setting up to build big main chains, but they just never get to the point where they actually send them most of these rounds. So here's going to be a big attack from Yoshi. And this time Doremy's going to send his... No, it's not his main chain. The reds are going to cut to make a perfect counter. And Yoshi's not ready for the counter. That was an excellent counter there from Doremy. That one very well could have been on purpose. But okay, we have an all clear round this time, and Yoshi took the smaller all clear. Most of the time, people go for the bigger all clear when you get that situation. But we'll see how it plays out. Doremy looks to be building a left side transition, but he can't really connect it here, I don't think. Yoshi doesn't really have Prio on his field, and he's trying to catch up. But he's sending a 3-chain. Doremy's getting closer to connecting everything, and I think he's maybe got enough here. Yoshi followed up a bit too fast, I think, because Doremy was able to make a 5-chain. That was really tough to read because it just looked like Doremy was going to have trouble connecting anything there, but at the end Doremy was able to make it all work. So probably Yoshi wasn't able to see that in time, and then that caused him to attack too early. Doremy's setting up an attack on the right side, and it's going to be a huge 2-chain, countered by an even bigger 2-chain. That 2-chain was so much bigger that it almost sent a rock through the other 2-chain, which was already big. But anyway, the counter is so good that that's probably going to be the round. Oh, Yoshi's out of Prio though, so Doremy, if he can dig, Doremy will make the comeback, and he's getting very close. He's getting really close. Just one red will connect everything, and there it is. But Yoshi was building up in this time, so Yoshi might be able to get a bigger chain off. I think Yoshi's going for too much though, and he doesn't get everything in time. Yoshi might have extended just a little bit too much there, but either way it was really close. It's also hard to say because if you don't extend enough, then if you send your chain without extending enough, then you're just like committing to a loss. So you don't want to do that. Doremy is again, as always, setting up these attacks in the mid game, and this one's really big. And Yoshi doesn't have a big enough counter, even though it's a 3-chain. Doremy looks like, oh, he's got a 2-double if he clears the yellows, and he looks like he's going to commit to it. He's going for the triple. Yoshi's got a 3-double, but the 2-triple is just stronger. So it's pretty funny when your smaller chains are so powerful that they're stronger than the bigger chains that your opponent makes. But Yoshi's going to have a main chain here, and I think Doremy might have messed up his form too much with all the attacks, and he doesn't know how to recover it. So Yoshi's able to hold on, and even though he kind of lost out in the attack power, he was able to keep his form together enough and not lose everything there. Oh, Doremy's got a 3-chain going. And Yoshi goes for the red extension, but he cuts the red on purpose to make it a 5-chain counter. I very much believe that was on purpose. And Doremy's now the one sending a main chain. Yoshi needs reds, and there's... Oh wow, he just barely got the red and the green in time. He had to clear it with... He had to start it with the greens, because otherwise his chain was gonna cut on the greens. But Doremy has a second chain, and it's a 5 double, and the round isn't over, but Yoshi doesn't have a second chain here. So Doremy kind of takes the advantage, but Yoshi still has more Puyo on his side of the field. But he can't quite connect him because of all the garbage. If Yoshi can connect enough here, he has the advantage with the extra Puyo, but he's not gonna have... Oh, he has time because it was a 3-chain, and now Yoshi's gonna be able to connect enough and probably win the round. And I think Doremy was going for a 2-chain, but it became a 3-chain, and that gave Yoshi all the time he needed to connect all the Puyo and clear everything. And that's gonna be the round for Yoshi. That was a really close round, and then here we've got another all clear. And both players clear it really quickly. So now it's just a normal match. Doremy goes with the 3-chain. Yoshi needs a blue. Oh wow. Yoshi makes some other chain that wasn't the one that looked obvious, but somehow he still has a form left over. Doremy's chain is ending quick here though, so Yoshi has to set something off. It doesn't quite work. That was a nice counter from Yoshi in a tough situation, but the counter also kind of broke his form and Yoshi wasn't able to recover fast enough. Doremy setting up one of those attacks in the mid-game as always. And Doremy doesn't have much left though, so if Yoshi can dig, Yoshi's gonna probably win here. I think Yoshi had a 3-chain or a 4-chain, but he made a 2-chain instead. But Doremy's running out of steam. Yoshi still has a form there. And this is... I don't know if that's good. Doremy might have had a way to dig here, but doesn't quite get it. Not too much happening in the opening here, but Doremy doesn't quite have a strong tell this round, but he's got a strong attack, and Yoshi doesn't have a counter for that attack. Yeah. Yoshi's out of space in this round. So it's been very back and forth, but we're now tied at 36. Both players are looking for a red in this round, and it finally comes. There's a big single from Yoshi, but Doremy's form is kind of tough to work with, so he's going to send a 4-chain. Yoshi sends a 2-chain into the 4-chain, and he doesn't get his next piece in time. If he got his next piece, he could have set off his main chain, but he didn't have enough time there. Doremy's form was kind of messed up there, and he didn't have much that he could do, so he kind of had to attack. And it was unfortunate for Yoshi to send a 2-chain right into the attack, and that cost him the round. So there's a single from Doremy, and then Yoshi's gonna dig with the 2-chain. And now Yoshi just goes into his main chain. He thinks Doremy can't connect everything here. And he seems to be right. Oh, Yoshi's setting up an attack in the early game. And Doremy did the same thing, but Yoshi's attack is bigger here. So Yoshi has a small advantage, but it's nothing too big just yet. Yoshi's going with a really complicated right side transition, but it looks like he's got it all to work. He's got a really nice chain here. He's going to go for the blue extension. Doremy's setting off his chain first, but Yoshi, I think, just has it. So Doremy has an 8 chain, but Yoshi has 9 double, 10 double, and that's going to do it. Doremy probably couldn't read Yoshi's form there because it was hard to read, but Yoshi had it, had a chain that would work. So we're going to have another all clear round. Feels like there's been a lot of all clears this match. Oh, there's a single, and Yoshi's setting up a big 2 chain, but he doesn't get the red in time, so he just makes a small 2 chain instead. Doremy is going to have to go through his transition at some point, or just try to attack or something. Doremy doesn't want to commit to going through his transition, but now his form is kind of in a rough state. And it's really hard for him to get through that transition area. Yoshi, on the other hand, has a pretty workable form here. Doremy probably wants to do something before Yoshi can set his chain off. I don't know if Yoshi misdropped or something, but now Yoshi's running out of space. Yoshi, the red's cut, but Yoshi still might just have enough. Yoshi had that much of an advantage that even though he kind of messed up the start of his chain, he's still gonna end up winning, I think. And Doremy tries to set off a second chain. I don't think it's enough here. And it's pretty close, but it's not gonna be enough. Yoshi definitely had a better chain there, but I think he might have misdropped or something, but even despite that, he was still able to win. Doremy seems to be, he sends a small 2 chain, and it actually falls in a way that kind of covers everything Yoshi has. Yoshi makes a 2 chain to dig, and that actually covers everything Doremy has. And excuse me. And there's some attacks from both players. Yoshi's looking at his main chain, but he doesn't send it. Doremy's got a 2 double. Both players are showing off their digging skills. And there's the dig from Doremy to connect his main chain, but that might give Yoshi the time to out-extend him. I can't read how Yoshi's trying to extend. Yoshi sets his chain off just in time, but I don't know if the tail is big enough. And the front wasn't quite big enough either, so it's not enough. Yoshi might have been able to make a better extension there on the front side of his chain, but he couldn't figure it out in time, so Doremy gets the win in that round. There's the big single from Doremy this time. And Yoshi's gonna have time to dig a little bit and make a 3 chain. Doremy makes his chain cut to counter with a 4 chain. Yoshi probably didn't read the cut in time, so Doremy's gonna take it. I just noticed we're now tied at 39. It's been staying very even the whole way through. Yoshi's got a huge single. Doremy just instantly sends his main chain. might have been afraid of that single there, but Yoshi draws exactly what he needs to make a really powerful main chain. Is it going to be enough though? Doremy's chain had a lot of power in it, but Yoshi has enough, and Doremy doesn't have a second chain here. Probably needed a red, and then it might have been complete. But somehow Yoshi gets the point, and we're now at 40 to 39. Both players have been pretty consistent with going for attacks in the mid game. Doremy's got this 3-chain, but he's going to take the garbage first, and then he sends a 3-chain. Yoshi's countering with a 3-chain, and it's like Doremy's going to come out ahead. Yoshi's form isn't able to connect the red here in column 3, and I think Doremy saw that and he's sending his main chain. And does Yoshi have some idea here? No, Doremy's going to get the win. Now tied at 40. This is now a first to 10 to decide the tournament. Doremy sends a single, but I don't know if that's going to do very much here. Doremy's setting up a follow-up attack though, and here's the follow-up. Yoshi's got a 2-triple counter, and it's pretty much even. Well, Doremy sends a 3-chain, and Yoshi was already sending a 2-chain. Doremy tries to follow up, but I don't think that's the right play here. Oh, Doremy gets an all-clear though, so that's going to make it undecided. And this is essentially going to be like a normal all-clear match. And we'll see how they play it out from here. Doremy seems to have the advantage. That all-clear was really big, because that's going to give Doremy the win here. If Doremy didn't get an all-clear, that round would have gone to Yoshi, I think. But the all-clear was just enough to tip the scales in Doremy's favor. Doremy's setting up a 3-chain, and there it is. Yoshi's got a counter though, if he can get a red. If he can get a red, but he can't get a red. So Doremy's gonna get another win. This time Doremy isn't actually setting up an attack. And it looks like he's just making a really big main chain. He's gonna need yellows though to set it off, and he gets the yellows just in time. Yoshi's committed a lot to attacks, so Yoshi's gonna have a tough time to extend, but he still has a chance to do it. It's gonna depend on the colors. He's gonna need another blue though. I think he's missing a blue and a yellow here. So 3 points now from Doremy. That's when you get when it gets this close to the end, a 3-point lead feels kind of concerning when you're playing, because there's not that many points left here, and Yoshi's kind of messing up his form. His tail is kind of messy, and he has to clear a single. That's going to cost Yoshi a lot of time, and Doremy's doing an attack. Yoshi's going to send his main chain, but Doremy's probably going to be able to out-extend it. It's a 7-chain from Yoshi, and oh no, this is only a 7-chain from Doremy, and it's pretty even. Yoshi has a lot of Prio, but he wasn't able to set it off, and it's hard to say who's winning here now. I don't know if Doremy's going to be able to connect everything well here. It's only going to be a 3-chain. Yoshi's got a solid chain though. It's a 4-chain actually from Doremy, but Yoshi has a 6 double. So there's a win for Yoshi to keep it close. One good streak for either player could end it now. Because if you just start winning a bunch of rounds, there's not going to be enough time for the opponent to catch up. Doremy's got a 2 double. Yoshi needs a green, and he sends it as a single, and the single is so strong it just overpowered the 2 double by a line. This is a 3 chain from Doremy and a 3 chain from Yoshi. 2 chain now from Doremy. Yoshi didn't have anything here, and he's kind of in a tough spot, but he's gonna get what he needs for a 2 double. Doremy's gonna have to send his main chain, but Yoshi should win here. He just needs the yellow and the blue, and he got a yellow and a blue. It's a 6 chain from Doremy, but Yoshi's chain is gonna be a lot bigger, I think. Oh, that tell was kind of tough to read, but it ends up being a 10 chain from Yoshi. So Yoshi gets another point back, and now it's back to 1 point difference. Almost completely even. Yoshi's really focused on his tell this round. He's got a pretty nice complicated tell there. But he's going to send an attack, it looks like. He sends a 3 chain, but it doesn't look like the one he wanted to send. Still, it's going to end up working out, kind of. Doremy just goes into his main chain, so if Yoshi can set his chain off correctly, he should win this round, but can he do that? It looks kind of complicated, and I'm not sure what he's going for. Wasn't able to do it. Doremy's gonna take a 2-point lead. Yoshi has an easy 2 double that he can set up if he wants to go for it. Instead, he's going for a 3 chain. 4 chain. 4 chain from Yoshi. 2 triple from Doremy. Which one is stronger? It's completely even. And then Doremy followed up with a 4 chain. Yoshi has a 4 chain as well, but it's not enough. Doremy has the huge edge here. Doremy thinks he's got enough of a chain, and Yoshi can't outbuild it. And it looks like he's going to be right. Yoshi was out of space there at the top, and Doremy now only needs 5 points to win. Yoshi looks like he's really building his tell up, but that might make it hard for him to play the rest of this round out, and he just sends his main chain. I'm not sure if that's a misdrop or a decision there, but Doremy draws his main chain starter in time, but the yellow's cut, and the yellow cut makes it not enough. Doremy probably didn't see that move coming from Yoshi, so it ended up working out. That was a big point there to keep Yoshi in this. So it's 43 to 45. This is again a first to 50. Yoshi clears a single, and it gets countered by a single. And now this is going to be a 3 chain from Yoshi. Doremy has that 1 garbage blocking the critical yellows, and so Doremy isn't able to do anything. And Yoshi should just win here. That was almost close, because if Doremy got those greens to clear, he would have had a big main chain and would have won the round. But Yoshi's back to a 1 point difference. And we're staying even all the way up to the end here. Here's a big attack from Doremy. Big counter from Yoshi. And Doremy has quite a bit of brio on his field, so it's not a clear advantage for Yoshi. So now Yoshi's going to make a 4 chain. Doremy clears a single, and he's not going to be able to connect everything very well. So now Yoshi has a really big advantage, and an all clear is going to be enough to pretty much guarantee this round. He didn't even need the all clear, but we're now tied at 45, and this is now just a first to 5 to decide the whole tournament. Doremy's building a strong chain, and he clears a small 2 chain. Yoshi doesn't have that much in his tail, but he's gonna send, oh, the yellows break to make it a 4 chain. Doremy sends his main chain. Yoshi needs a red. I think just a red will be enough. It's a 5 chain from Doremy, but Yoshi's gonna have a 5 double here, and that's gonna be way stronger. But somehow Doremy's able to make a 4 chain in that time. And it almost clears everything, but Yoshi has so much more Prio on his field that Yoshi should be able to win from here. Still, it's not quite enough just yet. Doremy's not able to get anything off in time. And Yoshi's able to close it out and now take the lead here coming into the final stretch. 46 to 45. Oh, this is a big attack from Doremy. Yoshi has a 3 chain, but I don't even know if that's enough. It is going to be enough here to counter. Now a big 2 chain from Yoshi, but Doremy goes into his main chain. Yoshi, I don't know if he's going to have enough here. He's going to have to build in a hurry. And he built in a hurry. And he actually made a really nice tail. Oh no, the blues didn't connect correctly. He almost got the blues and the greens to disappear at the end, but he wasn't able to do it. So it's now 46 to 46. Yoshi has to clear a single, and that's going to put him at a small disadvantage. Doremy could make a 2 double if he gets a yellow green, and there it is. And Yoshi has to do something, but he hesitated a little bit too long. And Doremy's going to take advantage of that and close it out with one more attack. Doremy now pulls ahead, and it's 47 to 46. This time Doremy's got a 2 double. He's going for a 2 quad, 2 triple. Yoshi's got a 2 triple counter, but it's not enough. And Doremy sees it and follows up really quickly. And Doremy's gonna get another round. So 48 to 46. Only a 2-point difference, but Doremy only needs 2 more to win. Yoshi's gotta be feeling a lot of pressure in this situation. Still a big single and then a quick main chain. And Doremy has to hurry. Doremy took a little bit too long there. I think there was a way for him to clear the garbage and then clear his main chain, but he took just a little too long, so he wasn't able to do it. And Yoshi gets a critical point. 47 to 48 now. Yoshi's setting up an attack, and there it is. Doremy has a really nice counter here. And that was tough to see, but Yoshi sees it and sends his main chain. Doremy also sends his main chain. It might have been... it was too early, though, for Doremy. If Doremy just extended one more, he would have pretty much had the win. But he sent his main chain a little bit too quickly, and Yoshi's going to make him pay for that with a 4 chain all clear to close it out. And we're going to be tied at 48 if Yoshi clears anything. So 48 to 48 now. First to 2 for the whole tournament. The players are talking about it in chat. Doremy looks like he's faster to an attack this round. Yoshi doesn't draw green. And this is now match point for Doremy. 48-49. Yoshi has to win 2 in a row before Doremy wins 1 more. Will we see Doremy close it out here, or will we see the 49-49? Doremy looks like he's got a better attack setup. It's going to be a small 2-chain and a small 3-chain. Now another 3-chain from Doremy is going to put Yoshi in trouble, because Yoshi has nothing to respond with. But Doremy doesn't have a fast follow-up, so Yoshi's going to have some time to dig. Yoshi's going to set up his main chain. He's going to need a blue starter, but he doesn't see the blue coming. Both players set off the main chain, but I think Yoshi's got it. I think Doremy set off too fast, but maybe not. Yoshi's tail doesn't quite connect, and Doremy's going to win it here, I think. Yoshi only has a 2-chain, and Doremy's going to take it 50-48. That's going to be the end of this match and the end of the whole tournament. Congratulations to Doremy. I think he played this match really well. Yoshi also played it really well, I think, but Doremy was able to just edge it out. Very strong match from both players. They're talking about it in the chat, but that was a very close match there. Certainly didn't disappoint. Apparently Doremy won another tournament as well today, so that's 2 wins for him. You're welcome. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hopefully we can run some event kind of like this another time, but I think I had fun participating in it, doing commentary and playing. I think it was a pretty nice event. Doremy said he was expecting to lose, and that he thinks Yoshi is better than him, but Yoshi thinks they're evenly matched. I think they're evenly matched. The results look pretty even, at least. But anyway, that's going to do it for this match and for the whole tournament. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm going to sign off here. Bye.